listen, you quiet down, you hear more.
True,
Very
yeah.
true.
Yo,
You
I
can't
was.
listen and talk at the same time.
I
G.
remember
sponge
I was
mode.
Niggas
online
talk
and
too
I
much
seen
for a long time.
Yeah. I seen a little video and they was like, yeah, my son, he don't talk blah, blah, blah. And somebody commented, like, maybe he don't got nothing to say.
Yeah.
And everybody was joking, but I'm like, yo, like, fuck. When you young, you get to listen a lot. Like, I was one of those actually kids, like, because I used to sit at my grandma's house and just, like, flip through encyclopedias and shit when I wasn't, like, in the TV watching, like, fucking, what's it called, Scrooge?
Yeah.
Scrooge McDuck, that was my shit. That was my shit.
Boy, used to jump into money and shit.
Huey, Louie, and Dewey.
Fucking DuckTales,
and
my
then
nigga.
DuckTales, Darkwing Duck. Yo, the Donald Duck franchise could have went stronger.
The Ducks could have went to the top.
It was the shit. It was the shit. They was. Yeah, I ain't never seen no Mickey Mouse TV
All the
show.
Ducks.
It could have been a Duck Dynasty, bro.
Bro.
It was the Duck Dynasty. That's the original Duck Dynasty.
But they ain't have Uncle Si. If they'd have had Uncle Si, that whole franchise is going up. You feel what I'm saying?
They should have. Somebody should paint the all of the ducks, the Donald Duck family, in like a royal portrait. Have Scrooge sitting at the top in a big ass like Thanos-sized chair.
Jesus.
And then
We need it.
The Ducks.
We need it, according to Kenny Bass.
We need that.
Commission that piece.
All right, my name's Elias. Welcome to season 2 of Lake Erie Gumbo.
Welcome.
Congrats to
Welcome
y'all.
to the
Congrats to
Gumbo.
y'all, man.
Second
We
season.
got
Slim Bandicoot in the building. What's up?
You got Uncle Buck. We're in here chilling. We got a new studio.
And we
Got some hot guests in here today, you know?
There it
It's
is.
not Meg Thee Stallion, but we got Kenny Bass and producer Bills Up in here with us.
Hey, congrats to y'all boys on season 2. Shit.
Real
Season
thanks,
1
man.
is
Thank
tough,
you.
but putting it together again, upgraded, better quality. Hey, man.
I see this
good
this
for y'all.
the
Good for
the first
y'all.
time we filming in here, right?
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, upgrade, you know.
Yeah.
Poetic
Yeah,
justice.
we appreciate y'all too, man. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for
Absolutely.
coming.
Absolutely.
Shit, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us, and thanks for like the constant support for real. Like, you know, like I've been knowing y'all for like a while now. Like, so you know, I appreciate it.
That's kind of like the root on why we came together, really. Or like that's like kind of like the base of like why we came together as the Lake Erie Gumbo, you know? Yeah. No pun intended.
Hey.
As the base. Like, you know, because there's a lot of people in our city that deserve the credit, and there's not a lot of people talking about it. So, you know,
Well,
we
I
decided to be that platform to talk about it.
There just needs to be a tier system.
Listen, dog,
in Erie.
the
There's
fucking
no
line needs drawn in the fucking sand.
there's just no tier system.
You heard it here
I'm not-
first.
listen, I'm here to speak my truth, and I'm going to be humble about it, but let's be real here, man. I'm with you. Tier system, number 1, let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Because if you really gotta lay it out, you feel what I'm saying? Like, resume-wise, a lot of people around here, like, everybody tries to get caught up into certain things, and, like, being a person who, like, you know, no Rick Ross, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym to get, you know, certain places.
True.
And when people try to put you in a classification around the same.
sure.
You know, your boy, Najee,
Yeah.
dude's on another stratosphere. He's got a splice pack. Who knows about that? You feel what I'm saying, dog? That's royalties. Like, people need to go check resumes, dog. Like, people are really out here grinding, doing shit. And, like,
He's been putting in work since he was in high school,
bro,
too.
forever. And that's the thing. So you get guys like that who probably don't even know about it. And these young bucks coming up, like, show respect, man. Like, it's not even something where it's like, you got to, like, totally denounce what you're doing, but, like, you know, have a temperature of the climate you stepping into.
And it costs absolutely nothing to give a nigga they flowers. It costs absolutely nothing to be like, yo, congratulations.
Yeah.
You know, and I try to big up everybody that I see.
only
Like, I
good
really
karma.
I don't get on Facebook a lot, so a lot of the shit in the city I might not see. But when I see, you know, like, when I see Finesse Carson on Instagram doing her freestyle and shit, and it's hard, I'm gonna tell a motherfucker it's
Show
hard.
love.
Yeah.
You know,
Show love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Shit. All right, so I feel like in the city, I think there's a lot of talent, right? I just think that the talent isn't being broadcasted and isn't being shown. And the thing is, the people that show their talent, they're doing it themselves, right? What do y'all feel like needs to happen for a lot of? Because I really think we got like professional level talent and artistry, rapping and shit like that in Erie.
We definitely do.
What do y'all feel like
Fucking
needs
right
to
we do.
happen, and what type of support do y'all feel like is needed for niggas to really like blow up and like?
Why don't you take this first, and then I'll take the back end.
Shit. I feel I got professional level talent.
Yes.
So, you know, I haven't had professional level work ethic in the past. So first and foremost, I'm gonna put it on me on why why it hasn't shown through yet. I haven't been doing enough. But secondly, like, I mean, I can't really put it secondly, because I gotta put it on myself for real. Like, motherfuckers is gonna support you when you put it out. Yeah. They're going to support you. Like, if you wake up every day and you don't see the blessings that, are coming in your life, because they're coming, even the motherfucker that's doing bad out here, they have blessings coming. But, they might have less blessings coming because they, but people are going to listen to you, so I don't feel the need to beg motherfuckers to listen. Yeah. And I put it out and I record with the intention that everybody's gonna fuck with it. Yeah. And everybody's been fucking with it. So I just need to sure it up on my end for real. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I guess for me on my end, I've had brushes, I guess, with successes, if you want to talk about that, a couple projects and a couple things that I've gotten to do. If there's another part of the show we want to get into that, we can. But for me personally, it's just like a time thing. Once I got in here and I got to realize and move in certain circles, like, you can't skip steps, man. And, like, you got to have everything checked off. Like, all the boxes got to be checked before you go to the next level. Super, like, important for you to just be real with yourself and look in the mirror and be like, am I ready for this? Am I this quality? Da-da-da. And there was at a point in time where I thought I was, but then, like, you get laughed out of Def Jam's offices. That makes you want to, like, reevaluate some shit. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So, we were out in Manhattan. It was me and my homie Zebra. Shout out Pet Zebra.
Shout out Pet Zebra.
Yeah, it's my dog, man. That's my brother. My brother. But, yeah, we was out there and we did our thing and we ran some stuff up. We had a label budget. But, when it came time to, like, hire publicists and things like that, like, boys want to have a story they can push because their job's got to be easy. Like, you have to want to, like, you have to beg somebody to take your $2,000 a month as a publicist. Like, that's how, like...
Yeah.
And they probably getting way more than $2,000 a month from somebody else.
And
that's
not
how,
even
like, popping yet.
Yeah, so. And that's like $2,000 is like minimum, like, just to get like the YouTube and the Spotify maybe popping. You're not even getting able to go into the radio stations yet or getting the placements in XXL or anything like that. So for me personally, rounding back, in a long-winded way, I guess, like, it's just time. And, I'm on my trajectory where I need to be. And I got a couple things that I got in the works that we're just waiting. And it's going to happen, Yeah. It's just a matter of time. But I think locally speaking, I think we all need to reassess the scene from the top down. Who's, almost like the tier systems that they put out with, like, the quarterbacks on Twitter and all that, Like Elias said, no, literally tiers. Like, who is tier 1? Who is tier 2? Who is tier 3? And the rappers can't make this list, dude. Like...
There needs to be that third party, and that's what the Gumbo wants. That's kind of the mission statement of, like, the Gumbo. And there's this, like, Erie's best page on Facebook and Instagram that I think is, like, things like that need to be in place too.
Yeah, so, for sure.
That people can go to a place to find shit.
And it's just now popping up too, which is sweet. I was just talking to Zebra because he's from Pittsburgh, and, like, they've been doing all the podcasts and little shit like that, and like. I was just like, yeah, we're going on a podcast. And I was like, it's sweet to just watch the scene, like, take shape, Jive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's starting to happen, and to be on the forefront of that is, like, what a blessing. For us to be here now to be able to do it.
And, like, speaking of, like, not skipping steps, I feel like everybody in this room, like, as far as the scene goes, and, like, outside of the scene, because I feel like we've all had, like, some little bit of brush of success outside of the city. So, we haven't really skipped any steps, Nah. We haven't skipped any steps.
I think it's just time for us to formulate our own shit right now. Yeah. Like, that's it. It doesn't, like, reaching out and all that is cool, but, like, it's just, like I said, we just got to get our shit together. Go ahead, bro.
I also think, like, this would be super beneficial if everybody, like, all the rappers start putting on an air of professionalism, right? If you look at the city, dead ass. If you look at the city and you look at the artists that's, like, actually popping, is they're not necessarily always better with their rap skills than the other artists that's in the city, but, like, they take their craft super serious. I really appreciate the shit you be doing because, like, your promotions on your social media. You be doing all the video, like the creative videos and shit like that. It's not just like you just not making music and dropping it. You know what I mean? You making music and then you like creating a video for it, and then you like you see it as a real project and not just as like some like, okay, I just made this in my basement. Go check it out, you know?
But the thing about that too is some people just get so excited to put the product out that they don't think about that. And that's part of that patience and learning how to be an artist. You feel what I'm saying?
But see, you're totally right.
As an artist and like just about my art, like I seen a quote the other day and I don't remember who said it, but it was talking about how we were made in the image of God and how he creates the whole universe. Yeah. And we could create universes as
you got a piece of God in you. I say that shit all the time.
You know, so right now I'm trying to create the Kenny-based universe for everybody. You know, like the spaceship, like it's symbolic. Like we're taking off. You know, like we're going to explore this universe.
Yes, sir.
You know, so like
yes.
Yeah, that puts the project in a whole new light.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that on top of other things, because like there's other things in the rollout that are gonna make sense, and like
talk about the rollout.
Well, all right. Well,
set it up.
Here we go. So like, for me personally, I work with a lot of different people. So I have 6 projects slated over the next 6 months to drop.
All right.
So my next one's gonna be called Manifest, and once people see the cover for that, when I drop that, that's my album where I kind of like DJ Khaled.
Okay. Producer album.
Erie also needs something like that.
So
man. It's coming at the right
more
time
of it
because it has Erie artists. It has some Pittsburgh artists. You know, like
so like Slicky Williams is on it. He's a Pittsburgh dude. Mars Jackson, that's my bro, and then obviously Zebra's on there.
Yeah,
but locally, Kenny,
shout
Aaron, Grizz, Z baby, another dude who she brought in, Dommy, Sands, Marcus Neiman was in town. I got lucky to catch some stuff with him.
Yeah.
So that
I
he
haven't
was on
seen
the
him in
album.
years.
Yeah, no, he was doing real good. It was cool, like, cause like, you know, you go and you meet people on your musical journey, and it like don't jive at the time when you meet them, but then like you get back together and everybody grows, and like
it makes sense.
We knocked 2 songs out that night. And before it took us like forever having to get up and go do that. You feel what I'm saying?
Did Neem spit some hard shit?
Oh, for sure. Y'all hear it. That's on the album. So that's Manifest. So like, but that whole thing is about like, you know, transcending yourself in space. So that's where like
February 2nd. 22nd?
February 20th.
February 20th.
Right here first.
Right about the
Lake Erie Gumbo exclusive.
I just hit the quick 222 on
I mean, that's what it is. 22020 because that's like, you know,
22020,
life path stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Like 222. Shout out PK Delay. That's the homie. You know, all that, bro. So that's coming out, and then I have been working on house music as well.
Yeah.
So Sky Lounge is coming out after that, which is like space. It's all about just taking off and being in space, man. Just being infinite.
Yeah.
You know
House
what I
music,
mean?
like EDM and stuff.
Yeah, bro. Like deep house, like Daft Punk, like that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Oh no.
That's like dubstep.
You
that's
can't,
like-
yeah,
that's like-
you
House
can't
is
do
different.
that. They'll get mad at you.
Educate me.
Houses
Go
at like
ahead.
clubs.
House-
Like
yeah.
we didn't really have a scene for that.
I know
You ever see
listen to
that
Craig
Grand?
David
You ever see
before.
that Grand Marnier commercial where it was like they was at the ski lounge and shit?
Yeah.
That's deep house vibes right there, my
Yeah.
guy. Like,
Bro, have you ever
chill,
played
like,
SSX Tricky?
Yeah,
No.
shit like that,
Oh,
bro.
you play SSX. It's a snowboard.
No,
Alright.
yeah, I know what you're talking.
It was a lot.
Oh yeah, the
Xbox.
sports, the snow ring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the EA Sports.
Yeah.
So like,
That's like the music. Like,
so there's that, and then
You're working with Nat SK, right?
Not as K, yeah, that's my bro. We coming out. That venture is
Yeah,
gonna
shout
be
out
called
Not As
Fresh
K.
Pair. So Fresh Pair, like just two fresh,
Working.
two fresh motherfuckers, you know.
oh, and he's a sneakerhead too.
Yeah, and we sneakerheads too, so we wanted to like incorporate that Fresh Pair and like, you know what I'm saying,
Word.
that kind of shit.
That's
So
tight.
That's tight. And then April, me and my homie Deverick got an EP dropping, and then May, me and my homie Johan got a project dropping, and then shit, we might as well get y'all Major Coin 3 too. So you know what
Might
I'm
as
saying?
well while you're at it.
Yeah, we slayed it. We slayed it.
We gonna have a lot.
We trying to
coming
just
out this
give
year.
everybody something every month. You know what I'm saying? And I can put my hands on more work by virtue of not having to write. You know what I mean? I can
Yeah.
make 5 beats in a day. Making 5 songs in a day is
I
tough.
got
so.
some work coming with Keegan Fortis.
For sure. That joint's
yeah.
hard. I got to mix that.
Yeah, that shit is crazy for real. And y'all might not know that much about him, but I don't know. Search him on Spotify and shit. And
Keegan Fortis.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. And then me and Kid Lano is doing the tape as well.
Yeah,
that's gonna be crazy.
Shout out YBK, you know.
Shout out YBK. Can't wait to get with them on that. Yeah. It's gonna be lit. Yeah, for sure. Shoot, Aaron, charge it to the game. Aaron Rennell, that's coming out.
Yeah, Star 67 kind of hit me like a ton of bricks, bro. Like it was.
Bro,
charge it to the game
later,
is gonna hit you like the beams coming
my
through.
Nigga.
Oh
my bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be honest, man. Shout out Cuz. I love Cuz. Y'all gotta have him on here, man.
No, we are. That's always been the plan.
When his album come around,
we didn't want to get both
back.
of you at the same time.
Yeah, no, that's cool. But boy's been going crazy. Like I like it's a unique situation I get to be in because I record everybody's like I record so much.
It's like new age Nas shit, bro.
On
he's
some
just,
real shit.
but he's like
new age Nas.
But he's pouring his heart out.
Sometimes
he's giving you tea.
Sometimes
too.
I just
like,
listen to What Do You See? Did that come out? That was on.
Bro. That's my favorite.
What Do You See? I'll be like,
that's my favorite joint.
Yo, like sometimes Aaron's music will come on the shuffle. And
that shit just fit right in.
It not only does it fit right in, it's harder than the shit that I was listening to prior. I'm like,
no cap, and I'm not trying to be biased, but like, man, I could put on Rap Caviar or Apple A+ list or whatever that bullshit is, and like, that shit don't hit for me, man. Like, and I'm really honestly not trying to be biased. I really think like people around here specifically, because it's not just us and the people we work with, but like, dude, like, there's way better shit out here. Than,
there's no bias to that these days. You know,
not
like
at all.
4 years ago, I would have been like, you're kind of reaching, maybe.
No disrespect
but like these days,
no disrespect to Lil Baby and them, but like there's artists that are clearly on the next level. Like to me, Gunna, I think he's like, you got it. Like he's good. Whatever it's supposed to be. I think Gunna's.
Did you hear that Something to Prove that new Lil Baby joint?
Yeah, he don't do it for me, man.
I ran that shit back.
Like he's a QC artist, right? So let's think about that. He's gonna have a budget. He's gonna blow like that.
Yeah.
They got the budget to run that. You feel what I'm saying? So like, but like, man, like, come on, let's be honest here.
I think he got a sound. That's
what it is.
He's built a sound, and everybody's gonna fuck with that sound. But it's like
it's just a mutation of thugger shit.
No, you know what's crazy? I was watching I was watching a fucking Lil Baby interview and. He wasn't rapping, I guess. I guess he was just...
He was trapping.
Yeah, he was trapping. Young Thug had dropped a bag on him like, yo, leave this shit alone. Yeah. Be a rapper. And him and Gunna was cool. So I guess he started paying Gunna like $100 to, do a song for him.
Yeah.
And then after like... He was doing those songs.
Yeah, bro.
He kind of adopted that flow.
Yeah.
And that's why they sound so similar. Young Thug is, I guess, both they big homies. So like,
I mean, I dig that, but like, like for real.
I think Stunner for Vegas is tougher than the Baby for real.
I ain't never got into him for real, bro.
I like Stunner, man.
I haven't listened to him either.
I like Stunner, but I can't attest to better than Baby. I fuck with Baby. Like,
I don't.
If not better, I like him more.
All right.
Yeah. I just like his style more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Shout out to motherfucking Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah. Like, I lived a lot of my life down in North Carolina, so I got mad homies down there. I got family actually in Charlotte too, like some of my Jamaican family and shit. But they've been doing their thing as well. Like, I see all these scenes on the rise, and I feel like this decade, like, Major Coin is poised to be a part of that on a national scale. We just gotta keep going.
I said this. We had a episode like last episode or 2 episodes ago with Darius Flamingo Williams.
Yeah.
And I was telling them like Erie is on the verge of having a wave. Like it's literally gonna take one person make a fire ass song. That joint's gonna go viral. They're gonna start tuning in. They're gonna start listening to what's happening.
Shit, man,
boys gotta be real with themselves, man. No, gangster shit for sure. But like again, boys gotta be real with themselves. Like and this is no slight to nobody. I'm 100% on board with what you're saying. I think one joint and it's a wrap. But then
Deadass.
But then it's gotta be what's the back end?
Yeah, it gotta
what's
be
the back end?
I don't think it's gonna be 15 minutes. Because in reality, I don't think it's gonna be 15 minutes. Because the thing is, right? it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artists. We could sit here and we can name like 10 artists that
Go
are
ahead.
fire.
Nick, let's come on.
Wait, hold on.
No,
before,
for real.
Like
I want to have this
Wait,
discussion.
before y'all get
I
into
really
that,
want to
though,
have this discussion.
before you get into that, though,
I do.
Yeah, let's do it.
When Chief Keef blew Chicago up,
Yeah.
there was mad nigga, like he had a whole wave
Bro,
just with him
SD.
alone.
Yeah, he had
Fredo,
to click with them.
Ferg.
He had to click with them.
And then
And
Montana
then they
300
had-
snuck in on that whole wave. Because, like, Montana up 300. Are you in 300? No, I'm not even in 300.
Yeah.
And- but
Fuck
he,
it,
Didn't
he can
matter.
rap. But
Yeah,
like,
he was
you know what I'm
branded
saying?
for it
Like,
already.
He had so much, so much respectability in that area.
Yeah.
Nobody was about to go fuck with him. Like I remember Fredo. Not Fredo. I remember motherfucking Lil Reese.
Yeah.
He added Montana like niggas, you
What's the
300.
deal?
Yeah, like and Montana was like, no, like, but like that situation could have went different back
Yeah.
in
Could've went way
2013.
bad.
But
Yeah.
Bro.
No one had
that-
ever
but
seen
that was
anything
just
like
shit.
that.
That
clicked,
moment, that
because then you
moment,
got King Louis and all.
bro, that moment changed culture forever, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on the realest form of real that we can get, and like niggas can talk about legends. Like I don't give a damn how Keith raps. Like that dude is a
Legend.
cultural
He's a fucking
icon.
legend.
Oh yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're on house arrest with your homies in his dead crib with nothing in it, and y'all just turning up smoking weed, and you went viral.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on. There's no stimulation whatsoever, and you went nutty. That's
That's a good point.
They was in there
Never
having
thought
a
about it
good
like that.
time, man.
In the
It's-
beginning,
it's
too,
like
he
the
was making
Boss
good
Bunny
music.
video.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
the vibes was there.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't
saw the
need
Baby video.
because the mixes were bad too.
Yeah.
The mixes were terrible
and
on
shit.
that shit.
You fuck with the energy. You fuck
That's
with
it.
you fuck with the music that he's putting out,
That's
not
it.
You know
not,
what?
not the shit that's associated with the music.
That's
You know
Me
what
and
I'm
my
saying?
girlfriend
That's
was
it.
talking about this the other day. This shorty, she went viral listening to that. She was dancing to that Yummy. The girl, she couldn't dance at all. And like she's like from Edinburgh or something. She's
she's
a
from the
local.
814.
Cheerleader.
She's a
Yeah,
local.
she do some type of
She's
dance.
a yokel.
And fucking.
Trying to take her out to dinner.
Let's get it. Where's Shorty at?
Look, man, you better
Show me
check
that
her
yummy
age.
dance.
Hold on.
Congratulations on all of
I
her
mean, no,
success.
it's been confirmed she cheerleads at Edinburgh, so she's at least, you
All
feel
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, go
Ooh.
on. One of y'all
Sam.
shoot
I go
the
to
shot.
Edinburgh now.
Listen, whatever
But
Shorty's
look,
IG is, tag it up in the comments.
even though her dancing wasn't that good, the confidence that she displayed in that video.
Yeah.
Why I'm trying to take her out to dinner.
That's why she went viral for real, because she was so confident in it. Even though her dancing wasn't skilled,
It was subpar?
that confidence, it wasn't subpar.
It was subpar.
It was not subpar. It was like
The
The
what?
choreography was there,
the
bro.
what?
It was,
It
that
was-
was the
Wait,
choreography
are
from
we,
the video.
are we
It was
trying
there.
to say that it was good in any
No,
capacity?
It was a little cringy.
I'm trying to say if subpar was right here.
I mean,
it's
I'm
way-
all about positivity, but we got to be real here.
was a
Yeah,
little
she was.
I cringed.
She was.
It was
she wasn't doing her thing.
bad.
It's one of those moments like when you
I've
watch that
seen
episode of The
8-year-olds that
Office,
dance
you know,
better
on
than
Scott's Tots when he finally get up there and he's like, "My nigga, I can't send y'all to college,"
I
and you're
got
just
laptop
like,
batteries.
"Oh my god!" And that makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yo,
I can't watch that shit.
that just happened to this shorty. Yeah. She got a scholarship in like kindergarten or whatever, but she moved out of the county, but I guess she still
Dickhead.
kept in touch with the program or whatever. But she's about to go to college, and they're like, "Yeah, your college isn't paid for."
Stickhead.
Sick.
So,
That's
Sick.
awful, man.
I'd be sick as hell.
That's awful.
Yeah.
oh my god.
So let's get
talk
back
about
to this
these rappers.
conversation, my man. Yeah, I want to hear this.
Yeah.
I want my homie Slim to go first here. Your top 10.
My top 10 in Erie?
Your top 10.
I don't got it. Let's go around. Y'all go that way. I don't got it. Nah, but it's
I don't have an
dead ass-
absolute
it's-
10,
So
but
listen,
there's
I
a
don't-
lot
I
of
don't
people.
think there should
A lot
be
of people.
necessarily an order, but like, you know, let's throw it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's throw it up. What are the tiers? If we want to introduce this tier system, we got to put
What
it down
tier
for
am
people
I
to talk about.
I came in.
Cut his mic off.
I came in. And I looked up a lot to just on a musical standpoint to Aaron Kennedy Mango.
Okay, word. Yeah, the man that bro,
I came in and that was
that was the scene.
that was the Rat
Were,
Pack.
were
That
we
was a great
doing?
wave.
We were doing like the movie and
that was
That shit
That was
a good
hilarious.
time. That was a good time.
definitely inspired me a lot.
bro. That shit is so
And I
terrible
think-
now.
I definitely think like still three of the best people doing it in the area. Those three people.
Word, I respect it.
Currently, absolutely, yeah.
I respect it. You know, Mingo, he grinds, man.
Yeah,
he grinds.
Yeah,
that's, you know what I'm saying, and like there's something to be said about hard work, and like between the Reds 11 stuff and everything else he's got going on, he grinds. You know, you can't hate on him for that. I get more of an inside view of these two because
for sure
we're all together.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, even adding to that conversation, like, I mean, again, outside of those three.
To me, that's my tier.
That's top. That's
outside
top,
of those
that's
three.
it.
It's been weird
because
because
those are
there's
the only three people you put in tier one. Everybody.
Nah. I wish I was prepared for this situation.
Because
yeah,
for me,
this is like
Dami.
Are we talking about just
I put Dami up there?
Dami.
Yeah, his sound
Dami.
universal.
Dami's like,
bro, for years.
If
for
I'm going,
years, bro.
I remember me
anybody.
and him. I was in
Anybody.
high school. I think he had just recently graduated. It was a little bit after I had dropped the bass tape. Me, him, Neiman.
God bless.
We like met up.
Random Union shit.
Yeah. I met up with Random
wow.
Union and shit.
Bro, I used to go to the BT shows with Random Union.
That Summer Nights video or whatever
Bro,
that
they
was,
were amazing.
Bro, they were
amazing.
ahead of their time.
They were amazing.
We did like a freestyle video, and we was really like, that shit was fire as fuck. And I forgot who shot that shit, but I guess he corrupted the files or whatever.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
That should be hurting.
Classic footage. Classic
should be
footage.
hurting.
There's that. I mean,
Nobody wants to cipher with Dami or Neiman ever.
No.
Nobody. I don't care who
bro,
you are.
Dami's next level, bro. Dami is an alien.
Nobody
bro,
wants to
real
be.
shit.
Nobody wants to be
like right
side by side and have Dami next to you rapping. Like, it's just I've been there. I've written with Dami in the studio.
Yeah,
Cold.
That's
cold.
how I classify.
I'll do it. So
What's up?
Slim.
Be nice, ho.
Be nice, ho.
That's how I gauge the shit, right? Because I get to work with a lot of these dudes. So like Kenny, Aaron, Dami, like a lot of our songs that we make or you'll hear come from us, it's like we'll sit down with nothing, and maybe in 30, 40 minutes I'll have the beat done. They'll be writing, and then like in 2.5 hours, like it's this product. And like when none of us had jobs last year, and I had my crib up the way, like I mean, we could do 4 or 5 songs in a night. Nobody was sleeping.
Yeah,
like that's how we have so much backlogged and shit like
that's
that.
always y'all process. Like y'all get together first before y'all start writing or whatever.
It depends.
It
man.
depends on how the flow is going. Like when
we have
Austin
like
was
2 or
up the
3
way
different
and shit,
processes.
Yeah.
we just come in, everything was getting made right there. Like, you know, like we write a new song, we was incorporating a lot of different song structures and that stuff. And
Studying 80s pop.
you know, like now that we're at the studio, you know, and more people are recording, we kind of got to come ready with our shit.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, it still can happen as well.
It
with
depends.
the, you
It
know,
depends
it
on the
just depends
session.
on how the flow is going.
It's whether they want to bring in a beat of theirs and they got an idea or a project, because then like I'll switch out of that mode and it's more into like, okay, let's build this idea to the best thing that it can be. Or if it's something where I'm making the beat and I'm like, you know, you're setting the canvas. You know what I'm saying? Like you're laying the base layers for them to come over and put, you know, like Bob Ross, the little bushes and shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got to remember it's a give and take back and forth, and that's I think the thing about the process that with us works so well with Aaron too, because like we're family too, we're cousins. I mean, so all of us are generally on the same page with a lot of things, but like it's just vibes, working together, getting used to stuff. You know, I always like to vet people before I work with them. Because like if you come in and we get to talking and we're smoking and shit, one thing leads to the next. More than likely, if I'm turning around to my beat machine, okay, it's time to do this. Like, like you feel what I'm saying? But if it's like hey man, it was nice meeting you.
It was
you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's no hard feelings or nothing.
I think what works so well with us is because we could trust each other to do each other's jobs.
Totally.
You know, like, so, you know, I don't got to worry about my mix sounding good. I don't got to worry about the beat sounding good. Everything's in key. You know, my auto-tune sound good. Because I trust him doing his job. He's very capable at doing his job and all that shit. So it's like when you in the ball game and, you know, you see people throwing no-look passes and shit. Nobody's throwing a no-look pass to a nigga that they don't trust.
They don't trust,
So
No.
The reliability has been set in. It's been built over time. You know what I mean?
It's muscle memory at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't always there.
Yeah.
It took. I remember, man. So right before Star 67 happened, I was out in Manhattan. I came back probably like beginning of that summer, and I was doing a lot of work with Zebra because that's when we were working a lot with Hardo down in Pittsburgh and doing all that kind of thing, and coming back and forth a lot. I was like driving like 10 hours a week, like back and forth almost every day. It was kind of crazy, but I got with them, and I'm like, all right, so I have this knowledge. It's time to start cultivating this scene. What better to do with my two cousins? Like, so we start doing this shit, and boys was bringing me beats, and I'm shredding them. This is I was in a different headspace back then, but
we still got some amazing music from some of them beats too.
Yeah, no, for sure we did. we did for sure.
I'd love to hear it.
Hold you. I'm not gonna hold you.
You've heard it.
Oh yeah, no, you've heard it. You've heard it.
Like we was talking about like
things have come out,
word.
bro. I shredded half of Kenny Powers and then I came around on it. So like, that goes to show you that's not everything's for everybody.
We were having real life arguments in the crib. I'm just like, yo,
niggas
I gotta put my foot down.
Shit.
Like I need these songs on. No, we can't. You know, so it was a lot of give and take.
A lot of weed smoke, a lot of loud exchanges, all that.
But it was a good time, and that's like why and then shout out to fucking Gabe Estrada. Real shit. He did the cover art.
That cover.
Him and Michael Montana. But Gabe, he's fucking next level. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like y'all seen his work.
Designs
in
like the next
at
big tape.
Estrada or something like that. I don't know. Figure that out.
But I follow.
He was the
I
dude
follow
who did
Cuz
the
on
Kenny
Twitter.
Powers
He has
cover.
some really. He does some other really cool covers I've seen.
I don't know, but like,
just fire, bro.
Coming back to what I was saying, like we were working a lot together, and like we were talking about getting the process right. And I remember a significant point where I was just sitting down there and I was alone in the basement, and I'm like, why is nobody here? Blah, blah, blah. And I used to freak out a lot because like I don't know, it was just time for me to be a drill sergeant at that point and everything. I'm calling, I'm like, get over here, blah blah. So everybody gets over to the house, and I go up to this whiteboard that we used to have, and I drop in the corner. It says habit clock, and it had 1 to 21 on there. I said, until everybody's in the studio for every day for 21 days, like, and we restarted that clock, 3-4 times?
Yeah, it got restarted quite a bit.
Every time we missed a day in between them 2 days, shoot, redraw the numbers back up. Come on, niggas, look at it.
Making this shit serious.
So now,
not a hobby, but like,
oh shit,
you knocked
we
it.
leaning.
Oh shit.
But
so
when you were like doing all this work and whatnot,
Yeah.
when did SPACESHIP like kind of come into fruition? Like, was that during this time, or
So
like has it all just kind
SPACESHIP.
of
So I'm trying to think
has it been cumulative?
Impatient was done maybe about a year ago.
I'm gonna keep it real. Impatient was almost on Kenny Powers.
Yeah, it was.
Damn, you've been holding it.
Yeah, and I was like, no, because it's a much harder song than the songs that's on Kenny Powers.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we'll save this for another.
I mean, that was done then. Like, but Let Me Know was done later. Gangsta Shit was done later.
Just want to take a
gangsta shit.
I just want to take a moment.
That's my favorite song in that joint. That joint is hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
an anthem.
There are multiple anthems on
An
that shit.
anthem.
Because I was gonna say
real
for
You should be really proud of that
before
song.
Impatient.
I am.
Like when Impatient, because when we were listening,
Baby feature.
Yeah, if we could get him on that.
anything.
Extend the
Yeah,
beat.
no, I remember my homie Dre, his legendary beats. He's got work with like Hood Rich Pablo Juan and Famous Dex and stuff. He's from Pittsburgh. He was just like sending me packs because I was like, yo, I need some loops. Like, you get writer's block every now and again.
And this was like a year ago.
No, Gangsta Shit would have been like early summer.
Oh, okay.
Early summer, I think. It was around when
I don't know.
It was around when Nipsey had died because like I was making a bunch of West Coast feely shit.
Yeah.
That's when you made the beat. I feel like I recorded it
Oh, it was later.
on because I remember
sure.
like
because I was still at
the
the
mind
crib when
state
I made
that
that.
I was in when I was writing this shit, and I'm about to like I remember coming home and I'm like, man, I was like divvying up my time, I do work, do other things, and then I give myself a little block for music. And I remember turning the beat on, and I was just like, my process, like I freestyle a little bit, and then I'll say something to myself that I really like, and then I'll take off, and I said like, this is for the and then I'm like, oh shit, this shit is about to be crazy, and then like
yeah, because my homie sent me that loop, and then just laid the hats, just laid the hats in the snare, and I was like, oh yeah, and I started getting like this like
this
jerk boy,
like
you know what I'm saying? So I started adding in the 808s. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I knew it was different, so I wanted to save it for something because that was gonna go to like 2 other people, and then I was like, hold on, and then shout out to Cuz. He came in because we usually like if they come in where they write to a beat I've made or something or bring somebody else, I'm like, all right, well let me hear it first. So like as an engineer, I can begin to prep my mind. What compressor do I want to use? What EQ do I want to put on this? Do I want to run it through a tape machine first or afterwards? Just all the little theory things you go through.
Nerd
and
shit.
and
No, I'm the same way.
I heard that fucking this is for the dope dealing, coke stealing.
that shit
Hit the space bar. I look at him. I'm like, yo, the hell? Come on.
yeah, that shit was
Fuck what we gonna put on this.
crazy.
We gonna figure that out later.
Yeah.
Look, come on. Like, yeah, man.
I
That's
want
fire.
everybody to like hear that shit
One of
and
those
just
moments.
like want to.
But I didn't know how
wanna
good.
get
Like,
it, like,
you
make
never,
it stack.
like as an artist, you never know what motherfuckers gonna fuck with. Like, I liked the song. I was like, this is cool, da da da. But like once I started seeing how people react to it, I'm like, oh hell, oh no,
That joint-
this a hit.
It's hard
then-
as fuck,
yeah.
and then like
Yo,
it's
especially
complete
before
too. It's complete, right?
Thank you.
No, real shit. No, I'm not gassing you, or not, and I'm not gonna do that. If I don't like it, I'm not gonna say I like it.
Yeah,
You know?
but I'm saying
appreciate that.
though,
Yeah,
real
complete
shit.
like
Complete's a strong word in the
Yeah.
music industry.
Yo, because like the bars are hard, the flow is super hard, the ad libs in the back, that hey, like that shit, that song, like when we did the first listen, we were in the middle of it, we were like, run that shit back, run that shit
Yeah,
back.
we didn't even keep going.
That joint, that's my favorite
them,
song on the
them
project.
almost didn't make it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Yeah, I was bugging.
But look,
Yeah, I was
the thing,
tripping.
The first time he did them ad libs, I was like,
But see, the things that people
Yo,
don't
bro.
like, I feel like that shit ends up taking off sometimes. Like, you know,
But that's why I kept an open mind about it because you hear them stories all the time where the engineer's like, I fucking hated it. It's a hit. Fetty Wap hated Trap Queen, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Something like
Shit,
that.
And I ended up making
Hey, he
them.
love it now, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, he
love it now. That
toured
shit
off
making him
one
money.
song,
Yeah.
and then it was #1. It was platinum. All that money that he made,
Yeah,
I
the
don't think
royalties
he was
alone.
signed to anybody when he put that shit out. I think his man's made
Changed
the
his
beat.
life, man. Changed his
I
life.
haven't heard another Fetty Wap mixtape. He probably
He
might not.
retired after he met Gucci. You don't remember that?
No, bro, I wasn't.
That shit
No,
was
he made.
wild.
I know he made
wasn't as
one
poppin'
tape
for
like
sure.
a year after
Oh,
Trap.
no.
Oh, yeah,
It
he-
wasn't that
he
good.
like-
He popping. His
and then
life
he-
has changed.
Yeah,
Like that.
nah.
That #1 music money.
I mean, if you're smart with the cash, his life has changed.
yeah.
If you really think about it, yo, you make $5 million, you spend $50,000 a year, you're good for like, what is that, like 80 years?
Yeah, depending.
You know what I'm saying? If,
I
no,
mean,
no.
if you roll it into, I mean, it depends
What
on
I'm
how
saying is-
aggressive
what I'm
you
saying
are
is-
with your portfolio.
what
but
I'm saying is you
mine
make-
is compounding. I agree.
You
with
make
you.
$5
Yeah.
million, like
Yeah.
say after taxes, right?
Okay.
You got $5 million in your bank account.
Word.
Every single year, you're like,
50
okay, I'm
grand.
only using 50 grand.
If you live in Erie,
I mean, okay, my
If
nigga.
you live in Erie, you
My
can
nigga,
ball
listen.
the fuck
bro, you
out
can't
with
live in
five-
Manhattan on
Listen,
50
listen,
grand.
listen.
I'm
All
just
right,
being
all right.
You could
honest.
buy the whole town.
Look, you live in New York. You spend $100,000 a year. That's reasonable. You're comfortable.
Yeah.
You're not blowing money fast. You're comfortable.
I feel you.
You're
But look-
still
but look.
good for 50 years.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah.
I agree with you. And but that's again like his face.
I mean,
his
you
face,
took $5 million, you gonna
his face
spend. You gonna
being
spend,
on-
though.
But
Read
his
the
face
shirt.
being on rap snacks.
Make it stack, baby.
You know
Make
that
it stack.
$5
His
million
face-
shouldn't stay $5 million, and it really shouldn't
Flip
go
it, yeah.
below.
Skate
Like,
money
more,
doesn't
yeah.
make
his,
none.
his face on the rap snacks, that's a check. Every time they want to use Trap Queen for something, that's a check.
Yeah, royalty.
So like, he's
Royalties.
he all right.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah,
He all right.
for sure.
Cool.
He
Rest in
definitely
peace,
ruled
man.
that summer.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he took over. That was wild.
He
Yeah,
had like
baby.
6 songs out.
Well, I was
Yo,
going
by
to
the
IUP
way,
a lot
hold
when
on,
Fetty
hold
Wap
on.
popped.
I don't mean to cut you off
that's
like
I was
that.
definitely going to
crazy.
college house parties too.
Was that was around Beam Over Cream, wasn't it?
Probably. I
My
don't know.
nigga,
I still
hold
like that
on,
song. I
hold
love
on,
it.
stop. If we talking, hold on, let's get back to this tier conversation. Look, dog, Beam Over Cream is literally one of the best rap songs to ever come out of Erie. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care.
Damn.
Bam. And then until I really like listened to him, like Beam Over Cream did it, like what the fuck, this nigga talking about getting drunk with the coffee in him. I'm like, oh hell, wait a minute.
And you know
bro,
what's crazy?
Spun that back, bro. Eli got bars. Like
you could really carve out that
bro,
lane,
the fucking
like a coffee house rap type of a chill Scotty's cigar bar type rap. You could.
I mean, bro, there's that. There was the diamonds, the diamonds that y'all did, the Dean shit, crystals. That was fucking crazy. Bro, that was the one with the hot that. Yeah, y'all was making some shit, man.
We definitely felt like
shit.
I feel like it was good for all of us to make that.
Y'all was making some shit.
Yeah.
No, like. It shows because like when I get in sessions with Dami, like boy's so eclectic, man. Like
I know.
Boy's so eclectic and like just being able to jump around things and like where my music taste goes from like, shit, we could be listening to Patrice Rushen.
I know you a Steely Dan fan.
Oh, my nigga Asia. 1973, best album of all time, my guy. One of the best albums of Black Cow, Peg. Oof.
Peg for sure,
Deacon Blues, fucking, that's an album, man.
Yeah.
That's an album. That and
I don't know
Dark
what they're
Side.
talking about. I gotta listen to that.
Yeah,
bro, Steely Dan.
That Dark Side.
Dark Side of the Moon.
That's not Steely Dan.
No, I said that and Dark Side.
Yeah.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? Them two albums for me. Shit, B by Common.
B by Common's one of your favorite albums of all time.
Thug Motivation 101, Young Jeezy. Yeah, B by Common,
B
bro.
by Common was
from
the
you
second
can run
most
that, bro.
stolen CD in my household.
You can run.
B like
Bro,
one person
you
would
can run
get
that from 1 to 10, and bro, every time like when I was flying back and forth from Manhattan, or if I'm traveling for an hour, like because I know that's an hour, like that's my like, man, that album.
That's what you're listening to,
bro. How beautiful love can be.
What was y'all introduction to like rap music? Like your earliest rap memories? I want to hear this.
Space Jam.
Great question.
Space Jam soundtrack. I was in kindergarten.
Space Jam soundtrack.
Hit 'em High with Busta Rhymes, LL Cool J, Cypress Hill off the Space Jam. I heard that joint and I was like, oh yeah, this is crazy. Method Man was on that bitch. Like, it was some heavy hitters on that record. It was commercial as shit. I was 5, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
That's my first recollection of like, holy fuck, this is rap. Like,
I remember being real young, and I had my dad's Walkman that had like a radio tuner on it. And at the time, like listening to Star 104, you might catch like a hip hop song here and there. Like this is like 2001, like 2002. And I remember I would always steal around that Walkman, and I would like go into like church, and I'd be like putting the headphones in, and I'd be in church. I'd be just like praying for an Eminem song to come on or something, because I'd be like, dude, like I want to hear something like some sinning, you know? Like I know this isn't right now. Like I want to hear some cursing. Like I just wanted,
For me, what
changed
it for me was hearing A Milli for the first time.
A Milli,
yeah.
Word. That was
that's a
like,
long.
I love that. That was
that's what
too.
changed it for me. I was like probably 12 or 13.
Yeah, I was gonna say
like
I was like
I
a
listened.
junior.
I my brother downloaded it on the iPod, and it was one of those iPods with no screen yet.
Yeah, the shuffles.
Yeah, I was listening to it, and I literally would just try to find it, and then like literally run it back over and over and over. I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
That's what switched it for me.
We used to play that on the NV3 in the hallways all the time in school, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Verizon.
So I'm not from here, right? I was born in Sudan, and then I live in Egypt, and then I came here when I was like 10, and then like I hung out with a lot of like Sudanese people until about like high school. Yeah. So in like 2009 I listen to rap like songs here and there and fuck with this and that, but in 2009, you know what I mean, sophomore junior year, I listened to J. Cole, the warm up, the come up, the warm up, the warm up, the warm up, and like that was like the first
Fam, y'all
body
spoiled as hell.
Listen, that was the first body of music.
Y'all getting like top tier fucking. This is my introduction. I'm listening to.
Well, obviously,
Space Jam soundtrack shit.
I did my research though. Like I went back and I tried to.
Because he was 12.
Oh yeah, of course.
I looked at the whole thing. I went,
But look, I remember being like.
He's gonna say Reasonable Doubt. Watch this.
No, it wasn't Reasonable Doubt. I was one at Reasonable Doubt. Like even though I am a huge Jay-Z fan. I remember I was like either 6 or 7, and I don't know how or why, but we had 50 Cent mixtapes.
I was just gonna say,
like
50
Power
Cent,
of a Dollar
man.
type shit.
Yep.
You know, like the shit with How to Rob on it. My older brother, DJ R.I.P. Yo, he always had the best rap. He had the Slim Shady LPs and all that shit. So when we used to always take his shit. So I remember we took the 50 Cent CD and it was over. Like I heard about 50 Cent and then that was around the time that Go. I'm like, oh shit, this is the nigga. You know, this is
man, yeah.
You know, we was already listening
50
to
was
it.
that dude.
50
Bro,
took over my household so much. Our
Was it like
dad
04,
stomped
right?
The CD.
That was 02 because I was in 6th grade.
We was just thugged out
I
like
burned,
a
I
6-year-old.
burned a hole in my Get Rich or Die Trying CD. I listened to that bitch so much.
Wow.
Like
That's
like
crazy,
you can see through it.
I did love 50, but like, yeah, that the first time I made the decision to listen to like an album on my own term and continue listening and like.
How cool of a process is that, by the way, when you finally like get to music and you're like,
You want to collect it.
you just want to
It's-
hear it.
yeah.
You're just
the
like, what's
LimeWire
this? What's
days,
that?
yo,
Like,
LimeWire
LimeWire,
was
I was
hitting.
getting people's deep cuts like Drake. Bro, I had some Drake songs that you have never heard.
Got
ever.
Come Winter.
Bro,
Come Winter.
Come Winter.
Come Winter is my favorite. One of my favorite Drake songs
Come
ever.
Winter, Share, like it's just some Drake songs that people don't know about because I
can I be honest with y'all about
I
Drake?
was super Drake nerd. Like this shit is crazy for
like
real.
UK drill rap is my favorite Drake, and that's it.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yo, he
That's a
snapped
hot take.
that war joint.
That's just for me
I
though.
feel like
That's
it's
just
an
for me. Like
extension
whatever
to
anybody
World Mob
else
Boss
is.
Drake.
Yeah, but and I think that's why, because like at all the points in his career where you're looking at him, it's like, does the image match the music? And it did for a while, but when it's poppy, it's like hard for me to believe you rapping with Rick Ross about getting motherfuckers hemmed up. But like this UK drill shit and the way he's taking that on, the way he's talking, like, yo, I really think if you're in Toronto and you say the wrong thing, you might not make it out, bro. Bro, that dude's got influence. The Toronto Raptors hired him. Like,
Yeah.
bro, that dude's got influence. And I'm not saying like he's intentionally on some like, Italian fucking Jimmy Hoffa shit, but like, who knows? Like, I don't know. They were claiming that X shit was him. So
No, yeah.
Man, we not
Polar Bear. Polar Bear went crazy on some theories on both.
I definitely heard a lot of different conspiracies about that shit.
Yeah.
And like I got like
Bro,
friends that live down in that area and shit. But to be honest, I like that shit is just extremely unfortunate. I feel like shit like that could happen in any hood worldwide. Like like it's important to leave your environment, but also give back to it. Cause like even Nipsey Hussle, he was still giving back, and that shit happened right there in the heart of the whole area that he was changing. You know, in front of his store. You know, like
It's always gonna be somebody that doesn't fuck with you because I say this a lot. It's like they see that y'all came up from the same environment, but their work ethic and your work ethic don't match. They're different, and you're like that person
your
believes
results
themselves.
are always gonna be different than theirs.
True. But
and that's
what
why
I'm
I
saying
keep
is
a
the
nine in
hate
my
comes
book
from
bag.
niggas that's like a
My
person.
book bag. I got my shit on.
Hey, on me.
A person will 100% focus on their craft and make that shit into something, and another person will be like, damn, like that person is just like me. Why can't I
want
do
that.
it? And then that hate starts manifesting. Like I forget what fucking album this was on, but it was like an intro or some shit, and it was like hate comes from, a nigga will let another nigga eat their food. Like two people got the same plate in front of them. One person will watch another person eat their food while their food gets cold, and then are upset when their food is cold. It's like stop,
You
like
did it to yourself.
stop worrying about other people.
you
like
did it to
just
yourself.
focus on your own shit.
And that's one of the biggest concepts that changed with me and my music making. And I guess this will be a pro tip for, younger people coming up or whoever, maybe somebody who just needs some affirmation, man. Like, you have to do things that are popular because people aren't going to listen to things that are unpopular. So when you're coming up and trying to make a name for yourself, you got to make a little bit of that drill shit. You got to make a little bit of that trap shit, a little bit of that club shit. You got to see what your fans like.
I say a little bit too, but
what's
the
that?
thing I do agree with that a little bit, but you have to.
You gotta still keep
fam,
it real
You gotta
with
have your
yourself.
individuality,
Authentic,
and you gotta be
yeah.
authentic to you.
I
Because
mean,
niggas fuck with the energy off the rip. You know what I mean?
You heard the spaceship shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak to it as me, and that's all I can speak to it too. Because like when I first started out, and I'm about to re-upload a lot of my old beat tapes out and shit. Like I was on a Harry Fraud wave. So like coming from where I came from to where these spaceship beats sound, it's like, where the fuck did that happen? I mean, it's a lot of different influences, and that's where I'm saying like that wave was dying. I had to get a little more popular, whether it's just using distorted 808s, whether it's using similar hat rolls, whether it's using a snare pattern or incorporating something else into that. You know what I'm saying? When I'm saying you have to do something that's popular, that's what I mean. You can stay individualistic inside of that process of doing what's popular.
I feel like I kind of
you got to toe that line
because like. Ever since I started making music, and like I remember I dropped my first song like in 8th grade, and like that was like the first thing like I ever like tried to put out or whatever, and I was just like rapping like trying to see if people would fuck with it, and a lot of people was fucking with it, and a lot of people wasn't fucking with it, and what I had noticed was one. You always gonna have the people that fuck with it.
Yeah.
And you always not gonna have the people that fuck with it. But if you want some of those people that don't fuck with it, and which I want everybody. I want the whole crowd. I don't just want half of the crowd.
Yeah.
Like I want the whole crowd so much. Like you see Drake got booed because a minority of the crowd started booing. Yeah. But they was that minority that was right up on the stage.
True.
He didn't have the whole crowd, and they hated the moment so much that they ruined it for some people. Yeah. And I don't want that shit to happen to me. And I don't do it out of a fear thing, because I feel like I've always been relatively in the loop, like with things that are popular, and not just because I'm chasing that or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's just I feel like
you're
I was
tuned
born
into your craft. You're tuned into your craft,
But I try to do. I listen to the popular shit, or even when I don't listen to the popular shit,
you know what the popular shit is.
Yeah. And I'll see that and I'll incorporate little, incorporate shit of it.
You have to. You'll get lost, bro. You'll get lost.
I remember.
Even if you have an alternative form, you feel what I'm saying? You at least like, so if there is someone who wants to do a conscious thing, like you gotta
There's a lane for that.
You gotta do the quote unquote Dreamville, like the JID stuff, like explore that lane. Go find beats that sound like that. And it might not even be the same type. It just might be the same BPMs and
as far as writers go, like rappers and anybody writing music, don't get so involved in your music that you've stopped living life. Cause you have to like I'm able to rap about such a large plethora of shit, and it still sound authentic and all that shit because I've lived a large portion of life. Yeah. And, in a small amount of time, I'm really lucky to lucky to be alive. I'm lucky to, have solid health, and thank the Lord, thank everybody that's ever been in my life for real, because everybody didn't make it, But don't be afraid to live that life, even though, things like this could happen. You still gotta live. Like, life doesn't stop. Even like Kobe Bryant just died.
Yeah. I was about to ask you about that.
None of his family gets to pause. They don't get to pause. You don't pause on life.
The world don't pause, man.
Yeah. Even that moment of silence, that time is still ticking.
We all fighting the clock.
Yeah. And the thing about that, man, shout out to Kobe. He's a legend. You feel what I'm saying?
He's one of my last living role models. I had Kobe and I got Will Smith. Mm-hmm. Another one might pop up, but right now I'm trying to be my own role model. When I look in the mirror, I see myself, but I see who I could be. Yeah. So I try to stretch that as much as possible. Like even like I'll be speaking at East on the 30th in a couple of days. We're just doing this little program. My uncle wanted to set up a platform where young kids could talk about what's going on, and he came to me with the idea, and I was just telling him what I could contribute to, because I don't have all the answers, but I put together some videos of some people that I looked up to, like Nipsey Hussle, Akon, motherfucking even though I won't say that. Just people that you should feel okay looking up to. Like I got a 21 Savage clip, and he's talking about financial literacy and shit. Some people listen to 21 Savage music and they're like, "Oh, this person is negative."
Man, he's not that no more.
Yeah, you have to I am greater than I was, but you have to be able to be in the worst of worst conditions and still make something out of yourself, because that condition doesn't define you.
Yeah.
You define the condition.
You're responsible for no matter how you look at it, no matter what the fuck the situation is, no matter what kind of cards you've been dealt, right? You are the only person that's responsible for your prosperity.
That's what my
You're
mixtape
the only person responsible for your prosperity. Period. Point blank. Your mom can't help you. Your dad can't help you. Whatever. They might be able to assist, but you have to realize what you got to do, and you got to go and do it. Yo. And like you said this a minute ago, and I really appreciate that. You was like, you lived a large portion of life. I remember I used to think when I was younger, oh, when I get this money, I'm going to do this way. When I da-da-da-da. And like, the reality is, your past doesn't exist because that's just memories. Your future doesn't exist because that's just speculation. The only thing that exists is the present you right now. So the life that you're gonna live, you're living it, bro.
Yeah.
You're literally
100%.
right now is the only life that you're really living.
It's one of my favorite quotes ever, and it comes from it comes by way of French Montana. I don't know if he got it from somebody else, but he says, "What you seek is seeking you." You know, and I believe that wholeheartedly. One of my favorite books is The Alchemist. You know, like, and it's just about manifesting things into your life. And what you seek is truly seeking you. Like when I said that blessing, everybody gets blessings. Your blessings are designed for you. Yeah. Somebody else's blessing is not your blessing. Yeah. You know, so that's why hating makes absolutely no sense. Yeah. But your blessing is coming.
Don't block yours being mad at someone else's, man.
That blessing is specifically designed to help you get to what you want.
Hey,
so
backpacking off that idea, I would really appreciate if consumers of music would understand, going back to the 21 Savage thing and all that, that like, yo, homie might have caught a body, but you didn't. That's just his story, man. Yeah. That's not an end-all, be-all. That's an account of an event that happened. So, like, even how, like, I just kind of thought it was bullshit when everybody was talking about, like, Future was the cause of everybody being on codeine and shit like that. And I'm like, wait a minute, dude. Like, Pimp C was on that shit. Like, there was a Wayne.
It's
like,
nothing new.
Like,
Wayne was on.
If we were gonna pull the
Gucci.
source, it's Wayne.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, if we were really gonna pull,
look,
like,
there is no source, because Jay-Z said Scarface the movie did more than Scarface the rapper to me. Still not to blame for all the shit that happened to me.
I agree with what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, like, piggybacking off all of it is, like, just understand that your story is your story. Like, that story is that story. His story is his story. You can get into it in like a meditative, quote unquote, place to where, like, you can put yourself in the middle and see the movie that this artist is trying to put on in front of you. You feel what I'm saying? But, like, dog, if you live in Fairview, you probably don't need to roll around with, like, you know, you feel what I'm saying, bro? It's probably just not going to happen. Now, anything can happen anywhere, but that's, again, like this 16-year-old kid who happens to be a buddy of mine, like his friend, that's his son, that kid who got shot out in Mill Creek a couple days ago. His homie was just, like, wilding on drugs. He got out of the car, dude waved the gun and just started dumping at him. Like, fam, like, I can't help but think that's just not the results of, like, somebody who, like, is living outside of what their means are.
Just a song is like the root to that. Like, fuck out of here.
Generally has common sense and actually listens and tries to learn.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? So,
like, these rappers aren't putting the drugs and are putting the guns and shit into the streets.
And
like,
I'm getting tired of people blaming.
They're literally
people
sharing their experience, and
it's up to your interpretation.
As consumers, we're fucking lazy, and we look for people to blame for our problems.
I agree.
And on the media, if you peep this, right, people are always like, oh, you speak this way, da-da-da, BPC, da-da-da. Its reality is, right, you're the curator for all the media that you consume and all the media that your kids and your family and whatever consume.
Look, you got your conscious mind, you got your subconscious mind. Yeah, your conscious mind is your guard at the gate. Just like you take some water out of a pond, you probably gonna filter that shit before you drink it. 100%. Everything is a message. On one of my songs, I said everything I heard was a message. You know? I still got my guard at the gate. It's like motherfucking Idris Elba at the Joan. He's not letting certain people in. So when you throw them vibes, like, no, turn the fuck around. You can't come into the kingdom. You know, like, so
And it's okay to have those triggers, though. It's okay, like, if somebody does something to you, it's okay to be mad. Like, it's okay to feel that. Like, I always heard, like, emotions are like beacons of feelings. You know what I mean? Like, if you're mad, there's a genuine reason why you're mad. Just figure it out and move on.
Yeah. Think about your feelings. Ask yourself why you feel that way. I do that shit a lot. Ask yourself, like, I have a tendency to jump to emotions fast.
You should.
And then I'm an emotional person, not in the sense of, like, I'm sweet. I'm not sweet. I'm an emotional person in, like,
it's
I feel things fast and I react to them fast. And a lot of times, I
get that shit the fuck up out of here.
You gotta learn how to.
Yeah, if I don't want that shit around me, get that shit the fuck.
You gotta learn how to.
I feel you.
Look at your emotions non-emotionally. Like, you know, be the watcher of your story just for a little bit. And you see yourself acting up. You see yourself being mad and all that shit. Because, like, I really, like, me and Aaron, we talk about this shit all the time. Like, you know, back when I was younger, I had crazy anger problems. I'd throw my mother's good china.
Same.
You know, like the good shit in the armoire that gets dusted off and fucking clean with pledge. We're never eating off of this shit ever.
Yeah.
You know, I'm throwing the good china. I threw a desk at somebody's head in school.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like just doing.
I choked somebody out in the bathroom. That's a different story.
Exactly.
Though.
You know, but shit like that. You know, stupid ass impulse. Shit.
Yeah.
You know, when I go back and I look at myself doing all those things, I'm like, damn, I was really wilding out for no reason.
You matured from it, though.
I mean, I was not for no reason, but you know. You have a plethora of options at any point in time. Even when there's a gun to your head, you still got options. They may be limited.
You know, options.
Yeah. So
also, like, I will say this too. Like I said, I might feel the emotions fast and I react on them fast, but I have gotten to a place because I always tune into myself and always make sure, like, I'm being introspective and shit. Sure. I got to a place where when I do make the mistakes, you know what I'm saying? If and when I do make the mistakes, even if it's hard, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, hey, bro, my bad. I overreacted. That's my fault.
Yeah,
take this apology. Like, and just like.
And forgiveness that shit is powerful.
You. That's for you, though. That's not for no one else.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it so like, you feel that.
Exactly.
I'm doing it because it's like, I was wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ramify the situation by, like, letting you know I'm sorry that I was wrong. And I'm grown enough as a fucking man to be like, yo, I was wrong. My bad.
Being a man is about for real, like, not all about, but you know,
you
gotta have that. You gotta have that strength because there's some people that I still really haven't forgiven, like, you know, like, and on some real shit, I might never, but that's part of me as a man. I've reconciled it on my end. You know, I've reconciled things on my end, and that's all I could do.
Not everybody deserves your blessings. And, like, that's another thing to keep in mind, too, where, like, you can be all peaceful and zen and everything like that, and, like, go back and always apologize. And it's, like, ironic, because I recently just had this with, like, a person. I'm not gonna, you know, whatever. But a person where, like, this person really, like, did some shit. And I had to, like, look at that person and be like, I'm not mad at you. You know what I mean? And that doesn't mean me and you got to hang out. That doesn't mean we got to go have a beer. That doesn't mean I need to smoke an L with you. That just means I need to love you from afar now. But that phrase is so much more powerful than people understand. Love you from afar. That don't mean hate you. You know what I mean? That don't mean dislike you. That means love you from afar. Like, you just can't be around me no more. So, like, you know... It's all with a grain of salt. I got a couple cats in the scene. It's no secret. It's a couple cats I'm like that with. But it's like, you know, at a point when
life is too short. You don't owe anybody your energy, man.
At all. And that's the other thing about it. And, like, I don't know, pardon me, and I don't mean for this to sound the way it might, but, like, you know, bro, I, like, my homie Gene LaFleur, he's one part of the Monster Beats, like, my homie just won a gold plaque for doing a Migos song this year. They just did some shit with Wayne, like, they did the whole weekend at Bernie's, like, me and Gene and Monster Beats too. Shout out to them.
Back at Bernie's.
Yeah, they did the back at Bernie's. Shout out to them. They actually, me and them co-produced a joint that's coming out on Manifest that Zebra got on. So we got Monster Beats on my album. Me and them did a joint. I mean, there's them. My homie Swede from 808 Mafia, he did that CeeLo Green and Nas track on DJ Khaled's album. He's in his studio all the time. Like, OG Parker, who did Walk It, Talk It, and them other joints for the Migos, that's who did that Stressin' beat. Me and him did that for Aaron's album on Star 67. So you get to going through in like 808 Gods. What's the price? I got to collab with some dudes there, and like I got the song with Chapo, and like gotta supposedly getting on a couple of placements that I got with Swede and different shit like that. But it's like you get to looking at all that shit. And you talking about you don't owe nobody your energy. That's half the reason I got the falling out with these motherfuckers is because, like, dog, like, listen, just because we came up together, it was a point where the fork came in the road and I made a decision and you made a decision. It's not up to me to, like, cross over from my road, grab you, and then let you hit this shortcut in the middle. Yeah. My nigga, I'm sorry. Like, because you don't even know what went into this. You don't even know that, because, like, man, I can remember being at the old crib. Like, I've only been seriously engineering, like, seriously for 4 years. So, like, for Spaceships to sound the way it does for me, I'm just like, yo, where do you pull this knowledge? You feel what I'm saying? It just happens, you know? And, like, that's part of being connected, oneness, manifesting, all that, tapping in. Bro, all that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and if somebody's not there with you and they may have been your friend before and you start moving in a certain way, like, watch how they react to shit. Because a certain person gonna know they can't enter back into your circle, but they still gonna genuinely say something to you because y'all had something at a point in time where they're gonna be like, yo, I fuck with you, bro. But where my thing is like, I always watch niggas and it's like, me and Zebra did 3.2 million on the Vanilla song. Another million and something over like 3 or 4 videos, shit like that. Aaron's project that did the numbers that it's did. It's all that. And like, I've been to a lot of positions where a lot of people would like expect me to get on my knees, put my best velvet gloves on and give them a hand job. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, you want this royal red carpet treatment for this shit, but like when I'm doing this shit, you
put
not
my best velvet gloves on.
That's real extraordinary.
That's super specific.
They want you to send the fucking.
You're a master of your craft.
They want
shit,
master of your craft.
Honestly, I haven't really.
Hold on. Let me
say
finish
with the velvet gloves and give him a hand job.
I'll let you finish.
Because that point was that point was, like dudes want that in a situation where like you did 150 views on a YouTube video and it's like, dog, like how to being real here to somebody like me and it's somebody who's trying to fuck with me and you show me this and send me this, how you think that come on, man. I try not to laugh. No, and I'm not even trying to be an asshole, but it's like, yo, you're delusional arrogance to the point that you really think like for instance, I had an artist in my inbox tell me 40 an hour was too much for my quality of work.
I saw that.
I'm like, cool, fine. That's all. He get to running my resume and who is this and what is this and who do you and who is this? And I've had that occurrence with a couple people and it's like, yo, I had somebody tell me like, you're going to need me more than I'll need you. Who the fuck?
Let me say this. For anybody that's
40? No, 2 different people. But
for anybody that's listening, right? I do video work and I freelance a few different things, right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say this: for anybody that's listening and anybody that wants a service from someone, the person that sets their price, you either pay for it or you shut the fuck up and you move on. Don't tell a person what they should charge. Yeah. If you think,
you know what that is?
No. Well, let me finish real quick, right? If you value their service and you want their service, you ask them what they want. If they're gonna charge whatever they charge. If you like the price, you take it. If you don't like the price, you find someone else in that market that does.
If you can't pay the price, let them know that you can't pay the price right now.
Don't just
figure out what that's worth.
All I'm saying is don't tell any single person what to charge.
This shit isn't Walmart. You don't walk into Walmart and be like, hey, I want to pay only 20 cents a pound for those bananas.
You can ask someone. You can ask someone. Like you said. Like you said, right?
No, like Ben Affleck's paddle on Dazed and Confused. Fuck you.
I was talking to an artist the other day, and they had been in my DMs, trying to do work with me for a while. So I hit them up, and I'm like, I like this video that you did. Yeah. Could you do one for my song? Yeah. And they tell me the price, and I'm like, I honestly can't pay you that right now. Yeah. I got my plan that I set out. Yeah. You hit me up every single
budget, my nigga.
You hit me up every single time that that I'm about to do something. So I know you want to work with me, but I can't pay that right now, and I don't really want to pay that and deviate from my plan, you know, so I can write you into the next plan.
Fam, time and place. Like,
the distinction, too, that I'm trying to make, right? Like, Charlamagne says this all the time. Where money won't take you, kindness will. What I'm saying is the distinction is don't, like, there's a difference between telling someone what they should charge and trying to work with someone so it can fit your budget better. Yeah. Have a conversation with a person in the sense of like, yo, bro, like, I think your work is great. I can't afford that. Can we work something? Can we do a deal? That's respect. Because you're coming from a place of asking.
Absolutely.
Versus like, you should charge me this. Like, come on, man, don't tell me what I should charge you. Like,
but more than likely, if a nigga come correct off rip, I'm gonna give you that.
Yeah, kindness will take you where money can't, bro.
If you come in the studio, right, and you like, how much is it? And I'm like, yo, it's 60 an hour. And you're like, okay, I want 3 hours. Here's $180. I'm probably going to hand you about 40 bones back. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate you,
off the
dog.
strength,
Like, you came, you came, you prepared, you this, you that.
Yeah.
Like, here. Like, and I've been willing to do that with motherfuckers. And, like, you got to be willing to do that, you know, with people. But I agree. You can't... Man, don't tell me what I'm worth without doing a research though. Like, that's like an alien coming down from space. Yeah, from a spaceship, right? And then they walk up to Tarantino and they like, yo, like, and let's assume
$7.
Let's assume that this alien's like, he comes from one of the dumbest ends of the galaxy, and he goes.
They can't be that dumb if they made it all the way over here.
Well,
they can though.
Look at Roger from American Dad, man.
Yeah.
That his people was like, get him the fuck out of here. Like, but either way. Like,
get a Zim.
So he come down, right, and he goes to Tarantino. He's like, my nigga, I got $7. Let's do this movie. Tarantino will laugh at that nigga. Who the fuck? You're the alien in that sense if you're an artist who just stepping on the scene. If more than likely you hit me up because you saw my name in circles, which would mean that there is something behind it. Yeah. So if you're gonna approach me, it's only kind of, I don't know, fucking logical that I'm worth something. Yeah. So for you to come in and then you seek me out and then bitch at me. Wow. What a paradigm.
Yeah,
what a paradigm.
What a paradigm.
It's kind of like the guy that's trying to get at the girl. So he's like, yeah, you know, what's up?
Oh, you a duck anyway. Yeah.
And she's like, that's actually exactly how it is.
She's like,
anyway.
She's like, no, you know, like, anyway. You don't really meet up my stand. Fuck you, bitch.
You
ugly.
a duck. Yeah. That shit is always funny.
But you was just trying. So I mean, like, and that shit is dumb as hell. So I mean,
that's backwards as fuck.
I want like at least I want at least one of y'all to get in on this now because I think we just had somebody else drop out. But like we're doing this cool like Lake Erie Gumbo exclusive. We're doing this cool like dinner thing where we want like getting like ends of like, so I'm gonna be in it. Sands is gonna be in it. My manager Scotty Chase, Garrett Bowden, shout out Garrett. He's gonna be in it. Rob Jensen's going to be in it. Nodis K is going to be in it. One of you guys would be tight from a podcast side, like especially trying to get that. But we're going to sit down. The venue is not secured yet, but it's going to be lit. Basically, we're going to do like a LeBron the Shop, but it's going to be a dinner.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're just going to bring up all the topics of the local music scene. And like, I think it's a good, like, definitely with you guys trying to like.
It's that tier shit.
Yeah.
Things
that's
need to be
basically,
set.
that's basically.
Yeah, we would love to have
what we're
parts in
trying
that
to
shit,
fucking
for
do.
sure.
So Trey from Erie's Best Music is involved. We're trying to get who we made a roster.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, no, we
appreciate it.
We made the roster of like who we thought the who's who are, and like,
hell yeah.
I'm sorry if you're not in that, but like, you know, be real, look in the mirror, like, and
do more.
And there's certain like promoters and stuff now. Like, I don't know, man. I'm getting real frustrated watching the scene get raped.
That's literally what it is, especially with these these people trying to bring bigger artists through. It's bullshit.
But what the fuck?
We've had enough of fucking riffraff,
I don't need
dog.
riffraff.
Yo, I remember I went upstairs. I had some work
I want
to do
riffraff
in my
to come through one more time. Sorry,
bro. I had my work.
One more time.
Listen,
come one more time.
So my studio's in the basement of Basement Transmissions, right? So I'm trying to get some work done. I had some shit going. I'm trying to record somebody. I'm like, what is going on upstairs? I go look. There's 5 people in riffraffs on stage jumping around. I'm like, yo, shut this off. Like, there's more important things going on than this.
5 people at the riff.
Bro, it was sad, but like
5 people.
But
at
it's
the
that.
But
I know who that promoter is. But that's the thing. Look, if we get that line set right, I know who that promoter is. That's like, nah, dog. Like, you come talk to me when that happens, and people need to have that whole, like, that's why it has to be a united front that like everybody's on the same page. That if they do hit one of us up or somebody else, where it's like deferred hierarchy. deferred hierarchy. Like,
Deferred hierarchy.
this is what it is. Like,
I like that a lot.
That's
I'm
real.
sorry. Like, that's what it
Yeah.
is. Like,
That's what needs to
it's no
happen.
disrespect to anyone, but like, I don't know. I'm gonna be cool, and I'm not gonna mention names because I don't want to rip anybody's ego or pride or nothing. And I'm trying to be a better man. But like, man, when you have certain artists who are a copy of a copy.
Of a copy.
Of a copy, essentially, with three, like the music don't match the image, but it like, yo, what? Like, I genuinely look at some rollouts, and I genuinely look at some videos, and I genuinely look at some things, and I'm like, yo, like you thought, like you had to look in the mirror before this came out, before you hit upload, and you had to be like, this is fire. And if that is your standard, we have a lot to work on here. Like, period, man. Like, and I understand people working within their means. I had to. Like, we just got done talking about the movie and I was like, bro, those beats were terrible. But it's like, it's what got us going.
Yeah, we recorded that shit in like several
in my
closets.
my living room, a bedroom upstairs at my other house.
Yeah, like,
fucking, it was all, we literally had
a little corner of.
Bro, we had
with
an arm mic like this.
Yeah.
We literally had this. That's what we were recording on.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
like,
sometimes, honestly, like I was talking to my boy Jake, and he been rapping, and he got a lot of bars, and he like, I just don't finish my songs, and I don't put them out. I told him, like, yo, like, my first song that I put out is trash. It's absolutely trash.
Yeah, man.
Well, not my first song, but my first song I did by myself is trash. And I intentionally was like, this is a throwaway. And then I finished it, and I put it out. And now I'm making a whole throwaway album in the sense of, like, it's going to be recorded in the closet. It's going to have a lot of good energy. It might not sound the best, but it's going to be tolerable to where
yeah, but if you're finding you, it's okay, man.
Yeah. So
like, screw everything.
everybody
else.
out there, like, don't if you're starting, especially, don't be discouraged. Some people's gonna like
and
it.
you can't,
Some people's
look,
not.
man,
Just throw it out.
You're not gonna be fucking like. You're not gonna be like
Amazing the
I
first
had
day.
to understand.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
You're
gotta
not
start
gonna be
somewhere.
fucking Dr. Dre tomorrow, bro. Like, dude sold beats to like Apple. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about pioneers.
No,
People look
perfect
up
example.
to pioneers, bro.
Perfect example,
People look
yo.
up to pioneers, and they expect to have that same success. And I'm not saying anyone can't manifest that for themselves, but like, dude, you're talking about one of the forefathers of gangster rap in this time. Like, people are shooting for those type of goals, which I prescribe to everyone. Shoot for those
Bro,
goals.
look.
But be real.
Yeah.
Be real. Just because you dropped a song on SoundCloud and it did 200 views, you're not gonna be in the studio with Lil Baby tomorrow. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
I know motherfuckers might hear this story all the fucking time, you know? I got two great examples, though. Fucking Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You know? Arguably the greatest. You know?
This is one of the most cliche things you can bring forward.
No,
for this
bro, I don't
argument.
give a
I mean, it's
fuck. though.
cliche for a reason, though,
Exactly.
you
It's
know?
cliche
It's true.
for-
It's true. The
but look,
cliches are true, but I just hate it.
If Michael Jordan couldn't make the fucking high school basketball team,
Hey, man.
you know?
On some
if
small
Michael
leagues.
Jordan had
You
to
miss
put in that
100%
work.
of the shots you don't take.
And then Drake, the first
Michael Scott, Wayne
instance
Gretzky.
of me ever seeing Drake behind the mic was like a little like
Shit was weird. That nigga didn't even have a line, bro. That shit was weird.
yeah, bro. Like it was before wheelchair Jimmy type shit. Like it was like curly hair, goofy
didn't have
actor
a
kid.
line.
Drake. Yeah, you know.
looked like a sociopath.
And
It
the
was
bars,
weird.
And the bars that he was spitting wasn't hard, but
Yeah.
but he's the peak of hip hop right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if
Yo,
he
I
got to
don't-
put in the work,
I don't think anyone's
Michael
gonna
Jordan
ever
gotta put in the work.
I think we've seen the GOAT. I think we are lucky enough to have seen the GOAT. I don't think anybody's gonna do it bigger than Drake.
bro,
bro.
I was watching this hip hop evolution
and I
on
just got
Netflix.
done telling you, I don't listen to him all like
numbers wise, and like
Popularity,
and
numbers,
popularity
everything,
and
bro. Everything.
and
Influence.
and
He
making
is a fucking
good sounding
jet.
music.
Yeah.
A jet.
He works for the NBA.
Built a $30 million house.
And the only team in that whole entire country. He has a whole entire country behind him.
Yeah.
For sure.
And he's not the only Canadian artist that's popping.
Hell
but
no,
he's
they don't like
the
Tory
largest.
Lanez like
Tory
that.
Lanez, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, you know, The Weeknd gets love, but it's not that Drake.
It's not
love.
the same. He separated himself from other
Shit,
rappers for
Nav.
sure.
Justin Bieber is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well,
His love is crazy though.
yeah, but them ain't the same.
Yeah,
level.
Justin
but
Bieber's from Canada?
he had to
Yeah,
make
ain't
the
totally
work.
different.
Yeah.
It's not rap. It's
He's
not hip hop.
Justin
he's
Bieber's
like a
from Canada?
spokesperson
But
for
he
Canada,
even
you
had
know?
to work
You
too.
ain't know
yeah.
that?
Nah.
Shit,
Bieber's
Yeah,
Canadian.
man.
Celine Dion from Canada too.
Oh, man, listen.
Celine.
And Rush is
And
Canadian.
Her out to
hey,
dinner.
and them Canadians got they got that local weed. This, bro,
Yeah,
Canada's
BC.
popping. I'm not gonna leave America. That's not realistic. And
need
I
to
hate
go.
anybody
I
who
need
says
to
that
go
they're
to
gonna do
Canada.
that.
I've
but
never been to Canada either. I need to go too.
it's lit.
I gotta get my
no.
passport.
Real shit. Only way I'm going there is if these insulin prices don't calm down. 'Cause,
I
like,
would.
Hey,
I'm
real
paying
shit.
300 here,
Damn.
30 up there. Like it just doesn't make sense.
I'm going there.
Bro,
Yeah.
big pharma.
Yeah, bro.
But yo,
Big
on
pharma.
some real shit,
Some
Bastards.
bullshit.
motherfucking. Whenever you get the chance to, anybody, this is total sidebar.
Yeah.
Leave the country. Leave the country. Go somewhere else. See it. I got family in Jamaica. I'm first generation American. My mom, she's from Jamaica. Down there, I love it down there. It's good vibes, all that shit. But like realistically, it's the worst poverty I've ever seen.
I was about to say.
It's the worst poverty I've ever seen. And I lived in American poverty, and I thought I had it bad. It's people down there with pop bottles, like that's their wall. Pop bottles in mud.
Jesus.
With a tin roof.
Yeah.
And
Really nothing.
yeah,
Yeah,
like fortunately,
Strong wind
like
coming through your
my
cribs
grandfather, has been working since fucking probably elementary school type shit, and he's a preacher down there. He has a little bit. He has more money than some of the
Than the
people in
other
his
people,
neighborhood.
yeah.
So even
I mean, you
down
gotta
there,
figure
I'm
what's a
seeing
good
it.
house down there. 30K. I mean, it can't be.
30K in Jamaica will have you living like fucking Vibes Cartel probably.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
it's
cause
that bad.
bro, I could go down there with $500 and do my thing.
Well, you've expressed to me that your grandfather's house is like a compound. So the fact
No,
that
one of his houses. He has two houses.
Jesus Christ.
One is.
So you pay like
Out in the country.
10K for a family compound.
I mean, I don't know how much
What
he
are we
paid
doing?
for it.
What are we doing here?
His mother sold tobacco.
Oh shit.
And eventually, I think he just took over her land.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a church on the one that's like more like a compound type shit. He has a church, and then he has a home right there. His home is above like the church's like gathering hall type shit. So that he got like
Sanctuary.
yeah, like that's one of his houses. Everything's gated, and that's like the level of poverty that they're living in, like type
Damn,
shit, like
G.
padlock the shit, like
This shit's crazy.
But
ain't
coming-
popcorn from there?
So get out and really see some shit.
yeah, go out and go see some shit and come back and
Take it out
be
the
grateful. Like
I mean, not even
Go
take
grab
it.
my passport.
Not even just
I
out
came
the
up from
country.
poverty.
Like, not
Now
even,
passport.
not even just like out the country though, man. Like just like get out of Erie, bro.
Definitely get
At
out.
the
Visit-
bare
don't
minimum,
go
get
nowhere
the fuck
smaller
out of
than
here.
Erie. Don't go from Erie to Ashtabula. Like
Yeah.
go somewhere. Like go somewhere. Like
No hate
experience
on Ashtabula neither,
No,
but
I'm not-
everybody owes it to themselves
to go see some shit,
live.
dude.
I agree.
Living in Manhattan.
Nothing happens in your comfort zone.
Nothing,
Nothing
yeah.
grows in your comfort
You
zone.
grow when you're
No.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
You're not going to grow to your say you're a shark. Say everybody's a shark. You could take a shark and have it live in your bathtub, and it won't never get shark size. You could put it right in your fish tank with the rest of the shit.
It's gonna stay right there.
Exactly. You need to get into a bigger pond.
Yeah.
You need to go and
Experience
shit. Live life.
Buffalo is under an hour and a half. For all the Erie people, Buffalo is under an hour and a half away. A lot of people never go.
Cleveland.
Pittsburgh is
But even still, fucking
2:15, 2:30.
Shit,
Cleveland,
Toronto,
Columbus,
Toronto.
Columbus is 5 hours.
Columbus is like 3.
Nah, bro, you can get to Columbus in like 3, 4
Yeah.
laps.
Shit.
if you're
Shout out to
zipping.
Columbus
Well,
is
then
right
I wanna
there.
beat the
Some
shit
people
out of
down in
whoever I
Columbus.
was driving with. What the hell is wrong?
Yeah,
I mean,
they took back roads.
bro,
They-
but think about
scenic route like
think
a
about
motherfucker.
this though. Even a trip to New York City is 8 hours.
Yeah.
And
On the train, it's 11.
Yeah.
I got
D-
a
DC
wonderful.
6. You know what I'm
like,
saying?
Yeah, it's not
Like,
it's not hard to go find shit.
Phillies is 8.
I mean, you could
like-
get Spirit Airlines tickets for like
Detroit is what, 7?
$75 and go to California.
No,
What is it?
Detroit's like 4
Speaking
and a
of
half.
Detroit,
dog.
man,
Four and a-
shout
yo.
out to
Yeah.
Detroit. Shout out to my cousins in Detroit, Savant
Yeah.
Sound, They doing their thing, you know. You might see some major coin out in Detroit.
Yeah, we
Real shit.
Listen, shout out to everywhere. We could shout out all day, but unfortunately, we're all running out of time.
Yeah, we got
so we got to get some important words in here before we call it a day.
Let's do it, man.
8 minutes.
Let's cap it at 1:30, bet.
Let's cap.
Yeah.
All right, so Spaceships is out right now. Why
don't we let them conduct the rest of the interview? Because we don't, you know what I'm saying?
No. Yo. This
Drop
is
your
literally
info.
it. This is our conversation.
Spaceship is out right now.
Yeah,
It dropped January 24th. You know, where it's everywhere. I'm pretty sure we put it on SoundCloud too. I don't remember.
No, it is. It's on your SoundCloud.
All right, boom. So it's
Shout
everywhere.
out to our distributors.
And go get that. Go listen to it. Tweet me
Shit's fire.
at 2KennyBass. Let me know what your favorite song is. And we got videos out on the way. Shout out Crew Life. They're gonna be handling the videos. You know,
dogs. My dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Top tier.
Oh yeah.
There's no one else here.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
I mean, there is, but
Who?
they're not on the same tier.
Who?
I mean,
Who do you like?
it's not that I like. I just know there's other videographers.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
course.
saying? Like I'm saying, but like, yeah, Mario's got
but
talent.
It's like we said, Crew Life is top tier. I do
Absolutely.
like what Mario do. That's not top tier though. Like
I don't see.
It's not
enough
even knocking him, but like
consistency.
Crew
I
Life just
don't-
has.
shout out to Lone Sav. You know he's
Sav's
doing.
coming up.
He's
Sav's
putting a lot
coming
of
up.
work
I
in.
just don't see enough consistency. That's my measure. Like, so when I say there's no one else, I don't mean literally there's no one else, but it's like, yo, if you're not working, how can I consider you part of the field?
Yeah,
True.
yeah, what are you really doing?
Yeah,
True,
are you
true.
just posing with a camera in your Avi or
Yeah.
And we got a
Yeah,
lot of
because
those.
like
We got a
honestly,
lot of
like
those.
right. I could pull up on you and I could give you a fire ass video, but I don't shoot video, so I'm not in this conversation. Like I
Word.
don't shoot videos.
That's being real with yourself too, though.
No. What I'm saying is, right, I do docu-style video ads,
Yeah.
and I was doing that shit in Pittsburgh, and I could shoot a fire-ass video, but I'm not actively being a
dude that's like-
video
You're not
maker
posting on your
for,
social media. It's
I'm not-
this much for a video.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
actively being a video maker for rappers and artists in the city, so, like, that's not I'm sitting back. Yeah.
Anyway, expanding the Kenny Bass universe.
Expanding the universe.
Expanding the Kenny Bass universe.
You want me
What's
to
next for
expand
you?
on that?
What's next for you?
Look, man, everything is in the universe.
Everything.
So, you know, if
Hell yeah, it
everything
is.
is.
Fucking right.
Booger McFarlane shit right there.
hey, look,
Listen.
all right, but yeah, every single
everything's
thing
in the
that I do is in the universe.
Hits the
So when
blunt.
you see me doing collab tapes, that's in the universe too. You know, like
Everything.
right now we're
This shit's like
in the
Marvel,
spaceship. Yeah, right now we're in the spaceship and we're taking off from Earth. You know, I got a joint coming later this year called Deep Space. You know, and that's I'm going to get deeper into the universe. But you know, like the Kenny Bass universe, like
It expands.
I was watching The Matrix, right? And I was watching The Matrix yesterday, me and my girl, and we're just like looking at who is it? The Agent Smith, how he could change things in his reality.
Mr.
You know?
Anderson.
And then how Neo could change things in the reality as well. You know?
That's your subconscious mind.
You could change things in the reality. So like that's the further and further into the Kenny Bass universe people get, I want them to get that more and more apparent. Cause you know, like it's so much that we could be doing like as a people, like, you know,
Everybody's driving their own spaceship.
bro, and it's literally it's everybody's duty to get deeper into space, you know?
Everybody's driving their
you
own
know,
spaceship. Just make sure your shit work.
Get deeper into space.
Find what makes you fly.
Yeah.
Get
man.
deeper into yourself. Learn how to use yourself. Honestly, learn how to use yourself. If you looked at yourself like a computer, and we have your conscious mind, you got your subconscious mind, and then there's a theory called the superconscious. I kind of subscribe to this. So if you're the computer, yeah, that's your body. Your conscious mind is the typer, the person right there at the keys, and the superconscious is like the internet. You know, we all, not everybody has internet, but we all be on the internet.
Not
you know?
everybody has internet.
So motherfucking, you could find anything on the fucking internet. You could get yourself into trouble on the internet. You could get yourself rich on the internet.
Yeah.
You could embarrass yourself on the internet. You can empower people on the internet.
Yeah.
You know, the super conscious is everything.
It's what you make it.
You know,
Yeah.
you could let people, use your computer how you want to use it, but use it. You know, don't let it sit there and dust. Like get to know yourself. Like, you know.
Yeah, make it self-help, not shelf-help.
Yeah. You don't just be sitting there existing, living like you still, if anybody's seen The Matrix, people just exist. They're still plugged into that big-ass machine. They're just a battery, another cog making the shit go around. But when you get to know yourself, you really could live. You know, it's not good enough to just exist. You know, that's why I love Kobe Bryant so much, because he was about life. It was much more than balling. It was like,
Yep, 100%, man.
I like that.
Going into deep space later this year. You heard it here first.
You heard it here.
I was holding on to this question. I wanted to ask it, but it just the shit flowed well. Well, it was like 2 questions, but I'm only asked one. Is there like a few lines out of this whole project that you really, really fuck with and you want to elaborate on? Like specific bars.
I'm going to pick it. Can I pick it for him?
No,
Yeah.
You could pick one of them.
Pick yours.
No, I'm going to pick it for him.
Oh yeah, throw a line at. Throw a line.
No, okay.
One of y'all could throw lines at me, and I can talk about it.
Listen. Turn a nigga into space and matter. It don't even matter. I could go a day and go away, and we all just matter.
Yo, all right. So like, it's a couple entendres. We're made of matter. Everything is made of matter. You know. So that's all we are. Space and matter. You know, and I said,
turn a nigga into space and matter.
I said, don't be creeping around my place. Turn a nigga into space. You know, and turn a nigga into space and matter. It don't even matter. I could die today and go away because we all just matter. I've experienced a lot of death. Like since 2015, I've experienced a lot of death, and at the end of the day, we are all we're matter. But look. The third entendre, we matter. You know, I say, it don't even matter. You know, because nothing. Well, I'm the end all be all of my life, but I'm not the end all be all of life. So at a certain point, I don't matter. You know, turn nigga into space and matter. It don't even matter. I could die today and go away because we all just matter. We matter. My people are gonna carry me on.
Yeah.
You know. So. I'm still alive, you know. It doesn't matter that I die because the way I live will allow me to live on, you know, because I matter. And that's kind of my breakdown of that line.
Hi.
Damn.
Hey, anybody else got anything else to say?
Shit, we appreciate y'all. Shit.
Likewise, man.
Everybody subscribe up. Make sure you follow them up. I'm on Instagram at @BillsUp_. Go follow every Jake. Go follow Eli. Go follow Slim Band.
Call me Jake. That's my cousin's name though, so I'm not even offended.
I'm high as fuck.
But yo, my IG is.
What's up, Jake? Yo, Jake. That's what we thought the dude's name was that runs this show. Or no, that's what his real name is. We thought it was Matt.
My IG is
Damn.
Kenny MF Bass. My Twitter is 2Kenny Bass. On Facebook, you can find me at Kenny Bass or Kenny Bass Music. That's the page. Major Coins the page. Chauncey Bills Up has a page. You know,
just keep watching, man, and everybody just get active, get motivated. You know, we don't do this.
Use your machine.
We don't do this to make everybody feel inferior. We do this to show y'all could do it too.
Our
That's
machines
it,
got a limit in one, and at times they gonna break. What I say,
all I know.
Fuck that. That's enough.
If I wait, then I'll be late. I gotta go. They gotta go. Let's get off.
Yeah. Let Aaron know that we want him on for sure.
Lake Erie Gumbo, season 2, episode 1.
I don't know what y'all doing. I might be. Zebra's coming up in a couple weeks.
Thank you for showing out.
Thanks for showing out, bro.
Thank you for showing out, bro.
I'm
glad. I'm glad
Hey. Before we go off, you brought some T-shirts and them Jones is fire. You want to throw them on the camera real quick?
Oh yeah.
Blue, blue, same.
No, dibs on blue.
Blue, I already called it.
Oh, y'all got rock paper.
No, we rock paper scissors.
I called it the same time as you.
Oh, never mind. He called it.
Let me see. Same. I'm like, turn it around.
But look, this one is special. I hand dyed this.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Each one of these is actually like a
Kenny Bass original.
A different shade of that peach.
All right, man.
All right, yo.
Listen.
Lake Erie Gumbo, season 2.
Yo,
Appreciate y'all. Take off.
these Jones is fire.